to do. I've made more mandolins than anything else. Guitars are closing on that.
Mm-hmm.
I've only built one upright bass, and then I built several one-of instruments. I built a lap dulcimer. I built one tenor guitar. 6 or 7 banjos. This is my 87th and 88th instrument right here.
Hmm. And you've been keeping track of that since you first started?
Yeah, I keep track of them.
Which is the hardest to make?
An F model mandolin, without a doubt.
What makes it so?
It has the binding. It has a scroll. The binding. It has a lot of curves. It has a lot of detail work.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no flat places on it.
Now
and they're usually pretty ornate. They have a lot of inlay. In progress, this would be the front and back plates I'm going to be using. These are what are called book match wedges. As you can see, these two numbers work together in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
You just open them like a book, so that the grain I have here is exactly matched by the grain on this side. Same way with the back. So a carved instrument like a mandolin or a violin would start with this. Then you bend the sides over a hot pipe. As you can see here, these would be bent sides, and yeah, I just have I have a piece of pipe with a light bulb inside of it. It gets hot, but not hot enough to burn the wood, and I just mist the wood. That's what you're doing, is creating a little bit of steam. Then I would carve the top. You would carve the top and glue it on. You tune the bars. Then this back will go on. And the next step would be to tune the aperture. You actually want to tune the air chamber by enlarging the F-holes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one's pretty well ready to go. The finishing process is about ready to start. Guitar's a little bit different. A guitar has the top and back are uniform thickness pretty well. And you may do a little tuning. Process there would be bracing. This is just a roughly braced back. And then these would also be tuned. The sides are bent. There's this right there hangs a bent side right above your head. I use almost exclusively red spruce for my tops, and it was cut here locally. All those wedges there are red spruce. For a while, it was very hard to come by. The red spruce were wiped out by the airline industry. The early airline industry used them to build airplanes from, because red spruce really has the highest stiffness to weight ratio of any tree there is, which makes it an excellent tone wood. For the backs, I use mostly curly maple for violins and mandolins. For guitars, it could be anything. That's East Indian rosewood there. But you use a lot of exotic woods for backs.
Any you mentioned that the red spruce was local. Where do you find some of the other pieces? Is it all local cut still?
No, it's not all local cut. Most of the maple hanging above your head there was cut. Some of these I actually helped cut the tree and worked on the mill when it was sawed to make sure it was sawed to my specifications. But a lot of it I buy. This back came from Newfoundland. I get online and just find the best material for a reasonable price.
Other than the wood choices, what other materials go into the process? You mentioned the glue earlier.
Yeah, the glue. There's bindings. Bindings go around the edge of a guitar or a mandolin. this is all traditional celluloid, which is getting harder and harder to get because it's actually, they consider it a hazmat material now. It has a hazmat charge. But it's the original plastic that was used on the old instruments. It's actually made out of cotton dissolved in acetone, but it is very flammable. I was sanding the point on a mandolin, point protector, and it caught on fire and I couldn't get it out. It burned the corner off my mandolin. It went out after it was all burned up. You can also use plastic. All of Gibson and everybody's gone to plastic. I'm not partial to it. Like I say, I still like the traditional stuff. You can use woods, wood purfling. Of course, you have fret wire. For nuts and saddles, I like to use bone rather than any of the new micarta or any of the solid surface materials we use now. Like I say, I'm very much a traditionalist. I think Martin and Gibson built some really good instruments. You know, I don't try to reinvent the wheel. I try to take their successes and duplicate them and try to maybe do them one better.
Now, are you ever up on stage and hearing the different instruments you've created and saying, man, I wish I would have done this to that one or tweaked this one a little bit more?
Oh yeah, you're always evaluating what you could have done to make it better. Yeah, I haven't reached the level I want to attain yet.
Okay. So you said you put in about 50 hours a week. How much of your day is like spent either making instruments, playing instruments, listening to music?
About all of it.
Alright.
Yeah,
One called Foggy Mountain Special. We're just going to get it started and then we're going to turn Mark loose on it. Get in, folks.